أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحابته أجمعين أما بعد. Brothers in Islam and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Ramadan Talk, episode number 29. Our last episode, bi'Iznillah, this Ramadan. We thank Allah for His tawfiq and ask Him subhanahu wa ta'ala to spare our lives to witness more of Ramadan opportunities in future, inshallah. Ameen. Last episode, we attempted to reflect on some of the lessons and benefits that we acquired in this month of Ramadan. In this very last Ramadan episode this year, inshallah, we will be advising us about preparations for Eidul Fitr, moonsighting issues, and 6 days of fasting in Shawwal, bi'Iznillah. May Allah give us tawfiq. We recall that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about moonsighting at the beginning of Ramadan. Allah says, Ba'da a'uz billah, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْ فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْ. So whoever sights the new moon of the month, let him fast the month. Let him fast the month. And as to the beginning of fasting or ending the fasting in the month of Ramadan, the following prophetic statements are very relevant and worth commenting upon. The first of these statements, the Prophet ﷺ is reported to have said, Sumu liru'yatihi wa aftiru liru'yatihi فَإِنْ غُبِيَ عَلَيْكُمْ فَأَكْمِلُوا عِدَّةَ شَعْبَانَ 30. Rasul ﷺ is reported to have said, fast with sighting the moon and break the fast with sighting the moon. And if it is cloudy and it is not possible for you to sight the moon, complete 30 days of Sha'ban. In another riwayah, he says, فَإِنْ غُمَّ عَلَيْكُمْ فَأَكْمِلُوا عِدَّةَ شَعْبَانَ 30. If it is cloudy and confusing and you are not able to see it, then complete 30 days of Sha'ban. That was before we started fasting in the month of Ramadan. So, and in support of astronomical estimation, Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu reported that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said in the hadith that is reported by Al-Bukhari. He said that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ذكر رمضان فقال, that the Prophet sallallahu was reminding us about Ramadan, and then he said, لا تصوموا حتى تروا الهلال لا تصوموا حتى تروا الهلال. Do not fast until you see the moon. Okay? ولا تفطروا حتى تروه. And do not break the fast until you see it. Which means do not bring the month of Ramadan to the end until you see the moon. فَإِنْ غُمَّ عَلَيْكُمْ فَاقْدِرُوا لَهُ فَإِنْ غُمَّ عَلَيْكُمْ فَاقْدِرُوا لَهُ. Rawahu al-Bukhari. And if it is cloudy or difficult for you to see, then estimate about it. Okay? Compute it. Calculate it. Use your astronomical, skills and knowledge to determine it, if possible. So the use of the word فَقْدِرُوا لَهُ here makes it possible for us to use astronomical estimation or knowledge or computation or calculation according to our respected contemporary scholars. And as for the hadith reported by Ibn Umar, where the Prophet ﷺ refers to the Ummah as an unlettered Ummah, which is also being used in some quarters, as an argument in favor, an argument against astronomical calculations. It is reported that حدثنا آدم حدثنا شعبة حدثنا الأسود بن قيس حدثنا سعيد بن عمرو أنه سمع ابن عمر رضي الله عنهما أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إن أمة أمية إن أمة أمية لا نكتب ولا نحسب لا نكتب ولا نحسب الشهر هكذا وهكذا يعني مرة 29 ومرة 30. Al-Bukhari. Now this hadith reported by Ibn Umar is said that the Prophet ﷺ said, we are an unlettered people. That is, we are illiterate people. We do not write and we do not calculate. The month can either be this or that. The month can either be this or that. And we learned that the Prophet ﷺ actually showed 29 fingers and then 30 fingers. Basically, you say the month can either be 29 sometimes and 30 sometimes. So the reference to us as unlettered people here in this hadith has been explained to us by our scholars that this was not a universally generic statement about the Muslims, because the truth about the Muslim Ummah is that we're not all unlettered. We're not all illiterate. We are all able. Most of us are able to read and write, and we have a lot of educated people amongst us. So, talking to this particular audience of unlettered people who could not read or write was very circumstantial. So it was rather targeted at the audience in question at that time. So it also means that if any community considers themselves to be unlettered, then they can apply these to their circumstances. On the other hand, the hadith of فَقْدِرُوا لَهُ is an allusion to specific use of specialist knowledge and skills of estimation, such as astronomical calculations and by extension. So estimation or use of optical technology to aid or assist with moon sighting. So basically, we are saying that while we have hadith that alludes to physically sighting the moon, we also have hadith that suggests that we may not be able to sight the moon physically, so we can do an estimation. And an estimation can either be that we complete the previous month to 30, especially in the case of Shaban, or we actually find a way of seeing the moon if it is not possible to see it with our naked eye. The reality is, even when the moon has conjuncted, may not be possible for every naked eye to see it. So that brings in the use of digital technology. Even in cases where we can see it, we may still need to use binoculars or telescopes or some kind of powerful scopes in order to be able to see the moon. So to be more specific, brothers and sisters, today, Monday the 3rd of June 2019, in the UK, the conjunction of the moon has been recorded at 11:01 a.m. If the conjunction of the moon takes place before sunset, then the Eid should happen the following day. So by astronomical calculation or estimation, فَقِدِرُوا lahu, that we have done, Taqdir, Eidul Fitr should be on Monday the 4th of June 2019, inshallah. That is tomorrow. That is if we want to base our decision astronomical calculations. But if the conjunction happens after sunset, like way into the night, then it follows that the sighting of the moon would only be possible the following night. So, as for the video in circulation claiming that Eid cannot be on Tuesday, I'm sorry, but I disagree with this submission due to the fact that he cannot use the astronomical calculations as the basis for predicting that Eid cannot be Tuesday, when that same basis can also be used to confirm Eid for Tuesday. If the moon will conjunct on Monday, and it has conjuncted as we have seen, then we know that the moon is already born whether we see it or not. It's either we use astronomical calculation or we don't. So what the Muslim scientists are actually saying, and I'm one of them, is that the science is a precise science and is already in use in other spheres of our religion, like sunrise and sunset timings, prayer timetables, etc. So why not for moon sighting? So in conclusion, the Prophet ﷺ said, fast when they fast and break when they break. Sumu yawma yasumun wa aftiru yawma yuftirun. You see, fast when they fast and break when they break. So on this basis, we go with the decision of our ummah, of our community. While we are allowed to fast alone, we cannot end fasting alone according to this hadith. So efforts at enlightening one another on the issue of moonsighting will continue, inshallah, until we reach an equilibrium of understanding, or as we say in physics, terminal cognition. That is consensus, or at worst, we agree to disagree because this is a matter of furu, not usul. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as we prepare for this Eid to give us tawfiq. Remember the 6 days of Shawwal about which the Prophet ﷺ says, "Man sama Ramadan thumma atba'ahu sittan min Shawwal kana kasiyam ad-dahr." Whoever fasts the month of Ramadan and follows it with 6 days of fasting in Shawwal, it will be recorded for him like he has fasted the whole year or the whole life. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. This can be observed consecutively or as it may be convenient for you in alternate days. فَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ مَا اسْتَطَعْتُمْ. Fear Allah as much as you can. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. Eid Mubarak in advance. كل عام وأنتم بخير. تقبل الله منا ومنكم وجعلنا من العائدين والفائزين آمين. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.